I want to create art, but I also want to have control over the composition of the art that I make. So I'm going to show you an app that I've built in thinkspawn without using any code. It took me about 10 minutes to build. And what it does is creates vector images that I can use as an input for my Stable Diffusion image to image. So I'm thinking that I want to build a vaporwave cityscape, and I want it to be on a harbor. Want it to be at sunset. So let's see what that gets. Cool, that's pretty fucking awesome, but it's not the picture I had in mind. I wanted something sort of side on. So over here I have an SVG generator. Like I said, it took me 10 minutes to build. What it does is takes an instruction and spits out a new SVG using OpenAI's Codex based on the instruction. So let's start with make the background a gradient from purple to yellow. Awesome, that is what I wanted. So I'm just gonna skip over to image here, and we're gonna see every time I update the vector what that does on the image to image side. All right, so I'm thinking there's water on the bottom. So I'm gonna say add a blue rectangle along the bottom. Make it light blue. All right, awesome. So that's not quite the color I wanted from the ocean. So I'm gonna change it quick. Oh, look at my cityscape. It's already coming along. Make a light blue rectangle, darker blue, like the ocean. Codex is fucking cool. I have trained it a little bit, but it works amazingly well with just basically zero training. Okay, that's nice and moody. I'm liking that. All right, so I want to add a sort of harbor. So I'm going to say add a gray rectangle, gray square. Let's do half the width. Okay, so we've gotten our sort of gray sky coming in because of this gray bit. I want to move this square down. So I'm going to say see if that works. I don't think it will. So I'm kind of liking how this looks, but I still want to move it across a bit. So I'm going to say make the gray square 150 pixels wider. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So what do I want to add to this image? I think maybe like a cool moon at the top. So I'm going to say that, and I think I want to add a boat as well, but let's do that just now. Sick. Okay, so I see that the moon isn't really showing, so I'm gonna make it bigger. Nice. Okay, that's looking pretty good, but I think my prompt needs a bit of adjustment. So I'm gonna say full moon, and I'm gonna say futuristic buildings. Cool, that's roughly the composition I'm thinking of. At this point, you know, I'm just trying to get it to recognize the right elements. I'm not going all in for exactly what I want. Okay, so I think what's left is maybe just a boat on the water. So it's a cute little boat. I actually quite like that size. I'm going to make it a tiny bit bigger. Let's say harbor with sailboat. Okay, and I want to make the sailboat bigger. Okay, so I think we've got the rough composition working, but I'm going to change my generation settings a little bit. So I'm going to do a bit more prompt attention, a little bit less denoising, and just see what happens here. Cool, that's getting somewhere. Okay, so we've gotten our composition. Let's up the denoising a little bit. Okay, still getting what we want, and up the steps. Okay, so I'm really liking the look of this one. looks quite similar to our reference image, so I'm just going to run this through again. Drop the denoising a little bit, drop the steps. And holy shit, do I like this one. It looks quite a lot like our reference image, but it's still pretty fucking cool. True to the original composition, and it's also added, I mean, look at the reflection down here on the water, these beautiful clouds, the moon's gone sort of more white, and these buildings are amazing. So, you know, in 5 minutes using just English, literally just English commands, you could talk to a speech-to-text system and have it compose this entire thing in real time. So what I'm hoping to do for my next update is put inside of this ability, I want to put like a Stable Diffusion render right next to it so you can see what's going on, rather than having to like copy everything across. But this is super powerful. So let's try another one. I feel like doing something fun. Okay, so I told it to empty that SVG, and what do I want to do? Let's be creative, because I guess I'm looking out my window at a cityscape, which is why I'm doing a cityscape. It's not very creative. What's easy to draw? Okay, I don't know what I want to draw, so I'm just gonna try some stuff and see what happens. So let's say change the background to light blue to teal gradient. Okay, I quite like that. I'm thinking sort of a nature-y scene. Okay, so I'm gonna move the triangle to the bottom of the page and left 250 pixels. It's duplicated it somehow, but that's the one I wanted, so I'm gonna delete the first triangle. You know, I only spent like 10 minutes training this thing, so I need to find a bit of a better method. This is just a proof of concept. Cool, I'm liking that. Okay, so you've got like a blue background and a little slope, and I'm thinking this is just like a nature scene on a mountain with a forest. So let's change this to National Geographic photo of a mountainside, desert mountainside. Okay, sick. We are already getting roughly what I imagined, so that's pretty cool. I like the sand inside this one. I'm gonna say aerial photo because that's nice. Let's just add a sheep. Cute. Okay, so move the sheep 120 pixels left and 120 pixels up. Right, that's right where I want it to be. So let's say make the sheep a bit bigger. Amazing, that's what I want. Okay, so we can see in our images that we're not really getting our sheep because we haven't put it in here, so here we go. Oh, I love that one. Okay, this is the one. I'm gonna bring it back. I don't even know if this one needs any more editing because it's fucking amazing, but let's keep going. I quite like the lighting on this one. I'm gonna try get some colors in, so I'm saying striking and film color correction. Ooh, God, these are so good. I like this one because the sheep's kind of gazing out at the mountain. I think this is the one. Amazing. So again, let's just compare, you know, input to output, 5 minutes of work, and I've gotten exactly what I wanted here. Okay, so for this one, I want to do a monkey at a birthday party. So I'm going to say monkey with birthday cake, sitting at table, yellow house, yellow room. And I'm just going to go my favorite National Geographic award-winning photo. Okay, cute. This is sort of what I'm imagining, but it's not quite what I want. So I'm gonna add the table. Cool, and then a birthday cake. Cute. I think we've gotten our table coming in now, which is the perspective I wanted. So let's make the cake much bigger. Cool, it's like turning the monkey into the cake now or something. Pretty cute. Let's also go another 100 pixels. Okay, I'm noticing that it needs to be a wooden table. Oak table, let's say. That's really cute. I feel like he needs a party hat. Sick, we're like getting our composition now. I think I'm pretty happy with this, so this is probably the one. I quite like this one. Okay. I'm not really getting the style I want though. I'm getting kind of vector stuff here. So let me go a few steps. At high noise and see what happens. Okay, that's super cursed. Let's drop it. That's kind of cute. I think I'm gonna go with this one even though it's worse. I'm just gonna move this to the front. Now we're fucking talking. Okay, this is the one. Okay, I like this one. Wood grain. Yeah, here we go. These are all pretty great. I like this one. And there we have it. So again, if you compare it to our reference image, the composition is exactly what we wanted. And I think it looks pretty awesome. I would normally fiddle with this a little bit more to get it to look more realistic, get a bit more shading in the background and everything, but you know, proof of concept. So I hope you enjoyed this demo. If you're curious, I'll show you quickly the training. We're using the Code DaVinci model. I've named my app Vector Diffusion. And yeah, I've got about 10 training examples. I just kind of played with it, and whenever it made a mistake, I fixed it. So I just showed how to change an SVG from one to another by adding and removing and morphing and stuff. Codex can do this on its own without any training, but it only really worked well in JavaScript. I didn't want to build all that in, just using the system we already have. Let me know what you think. I'm keen to help you compose an epic artwork using only words.